whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Looking for the perfect way to save cash every month without changing your lifestyle? Cash Call Mortgage has rates and APRs in the low 2s on their 15 and 10-year products. That's right, rates and APRs in the low 2s. And that can save you hundreds of dollars every month. How much cash would you save if your mortgage rate was in the low 2s? It's easy to find out. Just call Cash Call Mortgage today. Their quotes are always free. Do you have a vacation home or investment property you want to refinance? Cash Call Mortgage has competitive conventional rates for those properties too. They pay title, escrow, and appraisal fees. Start saving cash without changing your lifestyle. For a free quote and to see if you qualify, go to cashcallmortgage.com or call now. Call 800-633-0861. That's 800-633-0861. 800-633-0861. Cash Call Mortgage is a DBA of Impact Mortgage Corp. NMLS ID 128231. Not all applicants will qualify. Equal housing lender not licensed in all states, including New York. Call 855-657-9910 for licensing terms and restrictions, or visit us at cashcallmortgage.com.
If you have rats in your attic or walls, don't make the mistake of putting out poison or wasting money with a company that charges you monthly to check rat traps. Rat Proof. For a one-time fee, Rodent Stop will identify and seal all rat entry points, trap and remove all rats, sanitize your attic to remove any nasty viruses, and remove and replace all rat nest-infested attic insulation. Rodent Stop is so confident that they can stop your rat and mice problems that they provide a lifetime guarantee. Read all the 5-star reviews on Yelp. If you have rats or mice in your house or business, call Rodent Stop at 800-290-5343. 800-290-5343. We provide fast, friendly, and effective rodent control solutions throughout Southern California. Plus, our technicians are clean, friendly, and always on time. To stop the rodents, call Rodent Stop at 800-290-5343. Open 24 hours. Call 800-290-5343.
I am one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC,
which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body.
I am living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablet with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy.
Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Dr. Charles Manger at Saddleback Eye Center. He will give you the all-new Laser Light LASIK exam. Have you heard? The Laser Light LASIK exam uses a laser, measures your eyes over 1,000 times to perfectly map your vision. Everyone's eye is slightly different. We're all like snowflakes. And the Laser Light LASIK exam helps Dr. Manger, when he does the procedure, to give you crystal clear vision. And I will give away a Laser Light LASIK exam to the first 14 KFI callers. I'll give you the phone number in a moment, so have your phone ready. If you're nearsighted, farsighted, you have astigmatism, or you need reading glasses, Dr. Manger can do it all. You've been told you're not a candidate for LASIK. You may now qualify for it, now that Dr. Manger has the Laser Light LASIK exam. It takes over 1,000 measurements of your eyes. Be one of the first 14 callers to get the free exam. Call 866-559-4444. 866-559-4444. 866-559-4444.
You know, I wondered what they were going to do about the learning loss. And it's like, well, here's the answer. We're just going to put them, pass them through.
And then we're going to be told we have to supply an annual basic income for all these people.
Because the stupid governors closed the schools.
John and Ken.
Ay, ay, ay.
Weekdays at 2 on KFI.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Jane Wells in for Bill Handel. Stories we are following. The LAPD has made an arrest in connection with that fatal shooting of a shoe store employee outside of where he worked after he intervened in a fight over a raffle. The arrested suspect is a 16-year-old male. Later, by the way, at 9 o'clock, Bill's going to check in. We're going to see how he's doing. And also at 1 p.m. on Facebook Live, I am doing an interview with Larry Thomas, the soup Nazi from Seinfeld, as we have a good time talking about Seinfeld revenues and also just how incredible it was that he got that role. He didn't think he had a shot at being that role. And I want to ask him, was there any other sort of like, instead of just, no soup for you, was it maybe like, try first, no soup for you? No soup for you. So we'll see. That's 1 o'clock on Facebook Live, Jane Wells TV. We're listening to Black Widow. Disney had a great quarter. As you know, Disney and Scarlett Johansson are now in a legal battle. She says they screwed her out of revenues because her revenues were based, or extra revenues are based on box office. And when they put it out on streaming and box office at the same time, that hurt her. They are doubling down. CEO Bob Chapek saying on the call yesterday that he praised Black Widow as the top-performing film at the domestic box office since the start of the pandemic, but Disney will always do what we believe is in the best interest of the film and the best interest of our constituents. He went on to say, we figured out ways to fairly compensate our talent, and since COVID has begun, we have entered into hundreds of talent arrangements with our talent, and by and large, they have gone very, very smoothly. He also says that he and Bob Iger are on the same page on this. There had been some reports earlier that Bob Iger was mortified at the way Disney had come back pretty hard against Scarlett Johansson, who's one of the hardest working, problem-free, most successful actors in Hollywood. I mean, it's not like, Johnny Depp and Pirates of the Caribbean, if you know what I'm saying. Speaking of the universe in which they exist, this is your universe, not mine. Don Cheadle, who is Rhodey or War Machine, has gone viral in a moment with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart has a new talk show streaming on Peacock, owned by Comcast, which owns NBC and CNBC, called Heart to Heart, and he was interviewing Cheadle, and this little clip went viral.
So that, when we're not here, people are taken care of, and hopefully it lasts more than just one generation. But at the same time, like I said, in me, I'm 66 years old.
Damn! Cheadle's giving him the death look.
I'm sorry. Because it was a thought. No, seriously. It was a thought. It was a thought, and I blurted it out. I did not mean that. I'm fine. Okay. So did I didn't mean it.
Okay, mira, la parte email. And certificate try the program with the ability program.
insisting his daughter was not stable enough to manage her own financial matters. Last month, the singer's new attorney, Matthew Rosengart, filed a petition to get Jamie Spears removed.
Why is he involved? He should step down voluntarily, as that is in the best interest of Britney Spears.
Jamie Spears said there is no legal grounds for removing him, but he does not want to continue a public battle with his daughter. Britney's attorney says they want him to step away immediately.
TikTok is launching new safety measures designed to protect its teenage users. The popular video sharing app will no longer send push notifications to 13 to 15-year-olds after 9 p.m. 16 to 17-year-olds will not receive them after 10 p.m. Direct messaging for 16 and 17-year-olds is now disabled by default. Users younger than 16 don't have access to direct messaging at all. TikTok requires users to be at least 13 years old, but it's not clear how the app verifies the age of its new users. The new features are expected to go into effect in the next few months.
All right, 8:32. Let's check in with Mark for today's look at the weather and then the weekend. Everybody's ready for the weekend.
Oh, absolutely.
Not the
ready.
song, not the musician. I know you like the weekend.
Oh, I love the weekend.
You already put in your request.
Yes.
Fuzzy.
Actually, I think it's called Save Your Tears for another day or whatever, something like that.
You like that one?
That's a great song. Anyway, weekend, and it's going to be mostly clear skies and hot temperatures. Peaking on Sunday, we do have a high, which is going to be kicking in all the way through the weekend. Like I said, numbers going to be peaking on Sunday. The bottom 76 in Ontario, 61 for Big Bear, 68 in Long Beach, 71 at LAX, Van Nuys, 74, Riverside at 74, and already 88 degrees in the desert in Palm Springs. The marine layer really thick, especially along the coastal areas, but down the coastal areas, it doesn't reach in that far. We might even have a sprinkler or two up in Ventura County. More than likely, if anything, that's falling out of the sky, but not making it to the ground. It's called Virga. It basically does not wet your lawn or your windshield. 95 at the moment in Chino, or the forecast guys, I should say, 95 in Chino, 80 in the mountains of Big Bear, 80 or 108 in Palm Springs, 77 in Santa Monica, 82 in Long Beach and Santa Ana. The daytime high about 82 degrees. Coastal areas, 7-day outlook, 76 up to 79 degrees on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, cooling down to touch at about 78 degrees. So even with the early morning fog, it does clear out, and it is going to warm up. 89 right here in the San Gabriel Valley, peaking on Sunday at 93 degrees, back down to 88 and 87 degrees for Tuesday and Wednesday. Your mountain temperatures 83, 86. Chance of some of those mountain and desert thunderstorms kicking up by the beginning in the middle of next week. Hot in the desert areas, high desert, all the way through 100, peaking at 108 degrees, down by 10 degrees for Tuesday, 98, 96 on Wednesday.
once again beginning to overwhelm hospitals nationwide. A majority of the people needing care have not been vaccinated.
To discuss the latest headlines on the pandemic, I want to welcome back Dr. Ann Ramon. She's a professor at UCLA Department of Epidemiology. Doctor, good morning.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
Great to have you here. Last night, the CDC approved a booster shot for some folks who received the Pfizer or Moderna shot. Can you explain who qualifies for this booster, and why wasn't Johnson & Johnson included?
So the latest information that has just come to light is that people who are immunocompromised are less likely to have an adequate immune response given the vaccines that they have been given. So this is a very small proportion of the population, 3% of the population. But these people that organ transplants, people who are on medication that suppresses their immune system, they are significantly more likely to get COVID because they just haven't been able to mount that immune response. So the studies that have been done have suggested that people who get that extra dose of the vaccine really get a good immune response, and that's really important for people who just don't have the immune systems that can do what they need to do. This is specifically for the mRNA vaccines because that is the data that we have right now. But there certainly will be data on J&J as well. Doctor, can you talk about, is there any research or data that shows with these breakthrough infections for people who have been vaccinated who are still getting the virus? Is it across the board? Is it people who have gotten Moderna more than Pfizer? Or is there any information about that? Who is getting these breakthrough infections? Well, one of the problems is that the CDC really hasn't been tracking all of the breakthrough infections, and that's been a really big gap in our information. But some places, like LA County, have really done a good job at ramping this up and trying to understand who's getting it. And what we're seeing here, and from some data that we've seen now in Israel and other places, is that we are seeing breakthrough cases. And not only can people who are vaccinated get infected, they can transmit it to others, although that is much less likely than if you are not vaccinated. So the data is from recent studies that people who have the Pfizer vaccine still have good immunity, but it is getting a little bit lower. And same for Moderna. Moderna seems to be holding out a little bit better. But nonetheless, the most important thing is if you're vaccinated, if you do get infected, you are very unlikely to have severe disease, be hospitalized, or die from it. But you have to remember, you can still get it, you can spread it to others, and so that's why we're now talking about masks again.
We keep hearing from the hospitals that 9 out of the 10, if not more, of the people who are hospitalized with COVID are people who are unvaccinated. Is there any doubt at all that you should get the vaccine? For those people who are still skeptical or concerned or haven't had a vaccine, what do you say to them?
The data is really speaking for itself. People who are hospitalized, getting severe disease, people who are dying from this virus are unvaccinated people. And these people can get it easier and they can spread it easier. These people who are unvaccinated are also at greater risk for getting long COVID. We're seeing a lot of data on long COVID. So it's not just even about getting really sick or getting hospitalized or dying. It's also about these long-term consequences of brain fog, fatigue, all sorts of other problems. So it's really important. Right now we have a virus that is circulating. The game has changed. It is so much more contagious. So what we were dealing with a year ago, it's not the same thing. This virus makes you shed 1,000 times more viral particles than the original virus that was circulating here. Now is the time to get vaccinated if you haven't gotten vaccinated. Hearing you say that, it's even more scary to think that our kids are going back to school, finally. So many people are so ready to go back to school after a year of remote learning. But now we're seeing that children are battling COVID more than ever. The CDC saying 1,600 kids hospitalized just last week, 27% increase from the week before. Talk about how this variant is impacting kids and the fact that 11 and younger are not vaccinated, can't get vaccinated. Well, Lynn, you're exactly right. What we're seeing is an exponential increase in the number of cases in children. Of course, children under the age of 12 are not eligible for vaccines, and the rate of vaccination in kids that are eligible is just really not that high. So it's really important to remember that we have a lot of kids that are highly susceptible, and with a variant that is just spreading when you're in public places. Do whatever you can to make it safer for your kids who just haven't had that chance to get vaccinated yet. And if your kids are eligible, these are safe vaccines. Get them vaccinated.
Dr. Andrew Moyne, thank you once again for joining us. Dr. Andrew Moyne is the director of UCLA Center for Global Immigrant Health. You can follow her on Twitter at @AMoyne. Still ahead, a big telethon here on KTLA this weekend.
Love in action support the LGBTQ community. We're going to talk to who's in charge of it all.
And later, Emmy-nominated actor Anthony Anderson joins us live to talk about Blackish and his Emmy nomination.
Here's Mark's song. It's for you, Marco.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Intelliloan, helping homeowners borrow smart.
Ellen here with a urgent message. Stop what you're doing and call Intelliloan. Rates are at unbelievable lows. And you don't need perfect credit to get a great home loan. Intelliloan offers a 15-year fixed at a 1.875% rate in APR with no points or lender fees. Stop paying too much on your home loan. Lock in a 1.875% fixed rate in APR. Call Intelliloan at 800-918-9200. Intelliloan. Borrow smart.
3 a.m. I need a tequila. Michael's Antifreeze. Here's your order. Nacho cheese.
Back to school starts at WSS. WSS offers the largest selection of shoe styles from top name brands, all at the best value. Shop now and save on great brands like Nike, Adidas, Converse, and Vans. And get up to 25% off on top name brand backpacks, shoes, backpacks, clothing, and more. WSS has thousands of styles from the top name brands. Don't forget, join our rewards program for special benefits. WSS has what you need to start back to school this year.
All of our shoes always near you. Shop WSS. Imagine yourself working alongside a dentist, taking x-rays, sterilizing instruments, educating dental patients. You just imagined a dental assisting career, and Charter College can prepare you in less than a year. You'll be taught chairside assisting, infection control, radiology, and how to handle dental emergencies. To join the rewarding healthcare industry, start at chartercollege.edu, because we work to get you to work.
A few years back, some firms were afraid of taking Uber and Lyft accident cases. We took them on and became leaders of representing drivers and passengers in such accidents. We're the only call you need to make in order to get the maximum compensation and protection you deserve.
Call Jacob.
Llama a Jacob. Sige po, Jacob. Tawagan si Jacob. Thank you, Daddy, for Jacob.
Accident. Call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Good morning. Look at that. Fog really sucked in. You can't even see what used to be ruby through the red roof. That usually stands out like a beacon, but not happening this morning as the marine layers really plugging in. That's going to cool down our temperature a little bit at the beaches, but once you get inland, it's going to be mostly clear skies. Santa Ana at the moment 72. Winds from the west-southwest at 3 miles an hour. Santa Monica 71, calm 72 in San Bernardino, and Camarillo at 69 degrees with calm winds. A lot of action has to go from the Four Corner States back on even into Texas, and you can expect that there is the high. That's going to dominate our weather forecast over the next couple of days, peaking on Sunday as far as your daytime highs go. And there it swings in over Nevada and strong ridge. It will also push out the marine layers, so we won't see that dense fog that we're looking and experiencing early this morning. Future
the LA Gay and Lesbian Center, and they're there to help with it. So we have to keep raising money, and so we're doing it in a really fun way, in a virtual way, like we did last year when I hosted it, and we raised a lot of money to help a lot of people. So we've got wonderful people like Adam Lambert's going to show up. We're going to have performances by Rufus Wainwright and Linda Ashley are going to perform live. We're going to be talking about Melissa Etheridge and a lot of people who've been supporting the LA Gay and Lesbian Center for, decades. I was on the board for a long time, and they need our help more than ever. Oh, and just let you know, Jay Rodriguez is hosting with their very own Cher Calvin, and so it's going to be a great time at 7 and 9 p.m. Saturday the 14th, this Saturday coming up, and we're hoping to raise a whole lot of money.
There's Jane, the Love in Action Telethon benefits the LA Lgbt Center. Cher Calvin will be there, and so too so many other bright lights. That's happening tomorrow night here. Joining us now live, the CEO of the Lgbt Center. It is Lori L.G. Lori, nice to see you. Congratulations to you. You tell me, you've been involved literally from the beginning. The work the center does has only improved and expanded. Talk to me about the services that you guys provide.
Well, the Los Angeles Lgbt Center provides the widest range of services available for LGBT people anywhere. Medical care, housing for homeless youth and low-income seniors, mental health services. During the pandemic, we've even opened up a pride pantry, a food pantry for people who aren't getting enough food to eat because they've lost their jobs or their incomes have been dramatically reduced. Basically, we're doing whatever our community needs.
It must be a very gratifying feeling for you, and I imagine this army of volunteers you have, because the needs are so immediate, but thankfully the help is so immediate too.
It is incredibly gratifying, but I have to say that during the last year and a half of COVID, it's also been very worrisome, because what we've learned is that LGBT people are experiencing the pandemic in ways that are a little bit worse than their straight counterparts. Just 2 days ago, the United States Census Bureau released the results of the very first survey that allowed respondents to identify as LGBT. And the results were stunning, although completely consistent with what we were seeing in the center. For example, it showed that LGBT people were nearly twice as likely as non-LGBT people to report that they sometimes or often had not had enough food to eat in the last 7 days. They also reported that they were almost twice as likely to have high rates of mental distress during the pandemic and to have no health insurance. And so that's why programs like the Center's mental health services, our medical clinic, and our food pantry have been so efficient. We're giving boxes of groceries to more than 400 families every week, but yet we've had to cancel fundraiser after fundraiser. And the Love in Action Telethon has been a lifesaver because it has raised the money that has enabled us to continue these critical services. So Saturday is going to be really important, and we're going to need everybody's support.
You know what, speaking of support, this just in, the woman who runs KTLA, our station manager, Janine Travis, has a particular message. She literally taped this minutes ago. Please watch for the
My name is Janine Travis. I am Vice President General Manager of KTLA. And on behalf of the parent company, Nexstar Media Charitable Foundation, I'd like to present this check to the Los Angeles Lgbt Center. In honor of everything they do, we so appreciate how they empower, enrich, and engage our community and all the work that they do with the LGBT+ group.
Well, there we go. Thanks, Janine. That's $5,000 for to get you going. Last year's telethon started with a number like that and then ended up with a much bigger number.
Well, we are so grateful for our partnership with KTLA and Janine. Thank you so much for that generous gift. And yes, we are hoping to top the $1 million mark on Saturday night, and with the generosity of the KTLA audience, I know we can do even better than that.
Lori, congratulations to you. Such wonderful work. People really, all of our community appreciate it. We'll tell folks. The Love in Action Telethon airs this Saturday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. right here on KTLA. You definitely want to tune in. Jane Lynch, Cher Calvin, and so many more. Quick break here. Morning News continues for a Friday. Just a minute.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the law offices of Morgan and Morgan. Choosing a law firm has so much at stake. Your future, your family. Don't rely on luck and hope. Hope is
Lens crafters, because sight.
Finally, I can experience a humiliating loss to a 13-year-old without lagging out.
Finally, we can flawlessly live stream our amazing lives to our 12.5 million followers.
Do what cable can with Frontier's 500 meg fiber optic internet for just $49.99 per month, plus a Visa reward card on us.
There's a saying that you can't pour from an empty cup. To do for others, to care for your family, and be the best you can be, your health needs to come first. Ultimate is here for our members with essential services for women and the people they love. You take care of you first. We'll help you take care of your family and the whole community too. Come back safely and grow healthy with Ultimate.
A big reminder, Powerball jackpot is over 250 million. Play now. Summer sales event is on at DDRV. DDRV.com. Trouble trainers, wheels, gas, and diesel motorhomes. Save thousands on America's top brands with historic low financing up to 20 years.
DDRV.com for the 405 in Westminster.
Stop what you're doing and call Untitled. Rates are at unbelievable lows. Untitled is offering a 15-year fix at a 1.875% rate in APR with no points or lender fees. Call 800-918-9200. Untitled. Borrow smart. It's got one school district is about to welcome 15 sets of twins to its first day of classes next week. It's the second highest twin count ever in the town of Inglewood. The soon-to-be students spoke about their hopes for their time at school, including having friends and learning numbers and the alphabet. The number of twins starting school in Inglewood is significantly up from 2020, when only 9 sets began school, but it's still below the 2015 record of 19 sets of twins. I wonder why that is. All right, fresh off an Olympic gold medal in Tokyo, swimmer Caleb Dressel is now training his dog to become a champion.
Preparing his pup for the dog Olympics. Even if Jade can swim better than most humans, probably helps to have a world record for training.
So cute. All right, new at 9, over 400 students in quarantine after over 50 students and staff tested positive for coronavirus on the second day of school.
Also new in our 9 o'clock hour, claims from Trevor Bauer of what he is saying about his sexual assault accuser.
And murder hornets back in the headlines.